Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punches? When I was hitting him with body punches, and I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You're saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on. ThaBoxingvoice.com. So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and he was taking those punches.
WTF Production.
Making woman gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ. This is the champ. Keep sharing the champion with the fake champ. It's how you rightly control. ThaBoxingvoice.com. I'm a team like he's a C-plus fighter. I'm a dominant fighter.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's not deja vu. This is your second edition of TBV. We're back later on in the evening to bring you some speculation, some rumors, sprinkled with a little bit of facts, a little bit of audio so you can make your own, draw your own conclusion. What the fuck? Is Gennady Golovkin really thinking past Daniel Jacobs, the Miracle Man? Is he already in negotiations with Billy Joe Saunders for a homecoming fight in Kazakhstan? I don't know, man. We'll definitely mull this one over and get all the hosts' opinions from different regions of the world. Let's head on over to one of those sunshine states there, man. Let's head on over to Boxing MD. Boxing MD, what's going on, brother? I know you want to sit in on this. We're going to head on over to the Sunshine State. Boxing MD, what's going on?
Is that a fair statement to make? You have to be honest with yourself. It's great to be back with this evening's edition of the Boxing Voice. I don't think he's looking past Danny Jacobs. I think that the WBO belt has always been part of his plan to unify all the belts. So since he has the belt, he's relevant and he's part of the plan. So I think it's just a given that Billy Joe Saunders or that belt's going to be in the future for Golovkin's career, given that he gets past Jacobs, which will be an easy fight for him, in my opinion.
And the other sunshine state, sunny California. It hasn't been too sunny these days. But, Matt, what's going on over there on your side of the world?
Nothing much, man. I'm interested by this news because other than the fight itself being made, because I don't think that's the fight itself being made preemptively before Jacobs is a unheard of thing now. It's very common. Case in point, Sergey Kovalev, Andre Ward, and Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman. Both cases of having fights in the interim while already having a fight supposedly signed and scheduled for later down the road. So I'm not shocked by it. It's not anything that's unheard of nowadays. But the only thing that's shocking is that it's going to be in Kazakhstan, which just makes, I'm not going to say no sense to me, because obviously Golovkin's from there. Like, he's the A side. If he wants it to be in Kazakhstan, yeah, he can say that. But monetarily, to me, it just creates a lot of issues from TV rights and TV networks and, viewing that all the way from potentially loss of revenue if not being in the UK or maybe, MSG, I don't know. I don't know if the location is the right idea, if this is true. Again, we do not know if this is true. This is being reported. Nobody from Billy Joe Saunders' team is going to say an official word on it. They all say no comment, no comment. We've asked. So we have no idea if this is true or not. This is just being reported from websites in Kazakhstan to websites here. So we're just reporting the information we have.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was interesting. I woke up early this morning and I did what I always do. Check my regular feeds. Ran across an iFilm London interview that everyone was sending me. And deep within that interview, And I say deep because Coogan has a habit of doing very long interviews. Deep in that interview, there is some premium content. There is some great questions and some leading answers given by Billy Joe. What we'll do is we'll obviously, go ahead and play the video. Credit again, Coogan Cassius and I Film London for always doing phenomenal jobs with the fighters over there in the UK. And for me, I was a bit shocked. Not because I think that, oh wow, Golovkin's taking Daniel Jacobs lightly. But just the sheer fact that Billy Joe kept insisting that they would be announcing the fight next week, that strikes me as odd. I know Matt tried to, pass it off as if this happens, and he mentioned Ward and, Brand Barrera and, Danny and Vargas in the interim for Keith Thurman, but those fights are not on the level of a Daniel Jacobs and Gennady Golovkin. Vargas never won an interim title, let alone a title. Brand, either. Barrera, a prospect. Billy Joe is a title holder, and Daniel Jacobs is considered number 1 or 2, not named Golovkin. Obviously, Golovkin being the champion in that division. So Jacobs is number 1, number 2.
Very quickly, though, I don't think those situations are equal. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there is a trend going this way of scheduling fights, 1 or 2 fights ahead of time. And I'm just not shocked at the trend continuing to grow. That's all I'm saying.
How could you not be shocked on this level? How could you not be shocked on, again, this is not Jacobs is not Vargas. It seems a bit disrespectful. Some people are saying this is mind games, MD. I mean, this is your training camp here. This is your camp, Gennady Golovkin, Abel Sanchez. Are these mind games, or is this something that Gennady has been wanting, not only for himself, but to give back to his fans in his hometown of Kazakhstan?
Mind games in regards to show Jacobs that he's like looking past him. Is that what you're saying?
Well, to make Jacobs think he's looking past him.
I don't think they need mind games. I don't think it's like that at all. I think Jacobs is totally aware of what he's dealing with. So I don't think that Golovkin is taking an opponent lightly. Like he's gonna like come into the ring out of shape, look past him and get knocked out. I think he's professional, so I don't really see that being an issue, right? I mean, Nuss, can you say that there's a history of him coming to the ring unprepared, out of shape?
Golovkin?
Exactly. So why is this a factor? Why is looking past him even really something relevant?
Well, because we've never seen Golovkin kind of negotiate a fight having won, already in play. Usually his favorite line is something like, "This is my biggest test,"
Yeah, but I think that because it's the belt, right? And his ultimate quest by himself and his promoter, Tom Loeffler, has always been the unification of all the belts. And since Billy Joe Saunders has the last outright belt that's legitimate, obviously Daniel Jacobs has the junior WBA belt, right? This is for the WBA. Matt?
What do you mean?
The consolidation for Jacobs.
The consolidation.
Yeah, that's what
consolidating this belt. And Billy Joe Saunders has the last belt, and then he's going to be the undisputed champion. So that's always been the plan. That's always been the so I think that's the only reason why this fight's being negotiated past.
All right, I want everyone to obviously hit that thumbs up button. There's more people watching than thumbs up. You know how that goes. We're going to now play the audio and video. I want you guys to, help us draw a conclusion, because we could be wrong. For all we know, it's not Gennady Golovkin and it's Miguel Cotto. But, you tell us, because the audio and video will be there, and we'll all make a decision.
So what's the plan now for the rest of this year?
Talking to Frank last week.
Wait a second there. Hold on. Let me do that again. I gotta share it with you guys, not just put it to play. All righty then. No more sexy Matt for you guys.
Has been as a couple of. So what's the plan now for the rest of this year?
Talking to Frank last week has been as a couple of hands we can choose from. There's one significant fight, a mega fight, going to be, well, it's on touching distance of being made, literally fingertips, which I know is serious, and it's a serious all-round fight. Money, serious opposition, serious titles at stake.
And when you say that, is that Triple G?
Well, you're gonna have to wait and find out. You know what I mean? I don't want to put it out there yet, but he's got to come for a fight first. And people's looking at it as if it's a walk in the park, where it's not. I fancy him to win it, but it's certainly not a walk in the park. So you've got to be careful of injuries, cuts, anything else. So, there's just a small little thing we've got to overcome, and which I should be done in the next couple of days.
You would genuinely know it is like, it's the best.
The best.
Best of the best. Maybe, I don't know. You should have heard it first time. Look, I can't say too much because everything's been done. Money, art, all the things that mess fights about has been done. That's all it is now, is a small thing, and I will have to travel. And make the best of it. This fight should get staged in America, but it won't. I've got to go to his home country, I think.
I'm baffled, absolutely baffled.
But you won't guess.
Let's just stop it there. Based off that, are we all satisfied that we're 100% sure he's talking about Gennady Golovkin? He says things like all the titles, significant fight. In this portion here with Coogan, because the first part, these are multiple interviews throughout the day with different people. So credit, I think it's obviously iFilm London and Coogan Cassius, Box Nation, and RPSB Sports, something like that. So now this particular part is with Coogan, where he says, he being Billy Joe, great. The greater than the great. So, I mean, who else in the middleweight division is great or greater than the great, MD?
I mean, could he be replacing James Kirkland?
I mean, I don't think anyone would use the word great with James Kirkland.
No, I'm saying, could he be replacing James Kirkland? I don't really know.
No, because he says in the first interview, he says he has a fight. But he also kind of downplays the fight. He says he has business to take care of, or does he? But,
I mean, it's kind of ambiguous, so I'm not going to think too much into it because he kind of left that option. But it could be fucking Chris Eubank Jr. You don't even know.
No. Because
I don't know.
The interviewer asked him towards the end, was it Reginald Quinlan? And he said, hell no,
Ronald Quinlan.
Yeah.
Well, Coogan said Reginald.
But did you hear the way I mean, I don't know. I feel like he would maybe fight Golovkin, but I think it'd have to be a cash out fight because he legitimately seems afraid of Golovkin. And I know we talk about fighters not being afraid of them. Maybe it's an ego thing. Maybe he just knows he can't win. But the way he talks about Golovkin is like he talks about him like he's the boogeyman. And a lot of boxers, even if they feel the way, don't express it. So it's very odd. And I'm not just saying that to troll. It's on record over and over again.
I don't personally care to cater to that sort of that side of the argument about him being scared of Golovkin. I just want to look at what he said in his interviews and who it's going to be. And honestly, it can only be Golovkin. Where you start playing through the options, and there is something that doesn't fit for everyone but Golovkin with the criteria that he set. Now it's all about, is this talk credible? Is he just doing this for publicity? Is he doing this and being very ambiguous to make sure there's people like us doing podcasts about it? Make sure there's people writing articles about it. I don't know.
No way. This news went mainstream. If you check all the UK outlets, the biggest ones are talking about this. I mean, not to mention that
But that could be the point. That's what I'm saying.
No,
If
I
it-
hear you.
if it's a
I hear
publicity
you,
stunt,
but
that's the goal.
I think that's a very big lie to tell. Even you have a translated Kazakhstan article.
Yeah.
I have some quotes that I have to read later in the show. Do not allow me to forget some quotes from Abel Sanchez that also ties all this together. Now, you know, I love a conspiracy and I love to put one together, and we sure did with this evidence. But again, it's up to you to draw your own conclusion. We're going to go back to the tape and finish playing it because he says more. There's more hints.
Because he's already got work on, I suppose. Well, I can assure you one thing. I've got plenty of ink in my pen to sign. So next week it will happen.
Big fight.
Big fight. Big fight, yeah.
Home or abroad?
Might have to travel.
Might have to travel.
And not to America.
So again, he repeats that he's got to travel.
No, he could be fighting Schming.
It's got to be a big fight. Remember,
The only fight that makes sense would be a Cotto fight.
I know you're
in
being
Puerto Rico.
whatever, but oh yes, he said to his country. Damn, would Cotto go to Puerto Rico?
But the only thing with Cotto is that he doesn't have all the belts. So like that is the thing. That's the flaw in that argument or that option.
Exactly. It leaves because of the belts, because he says all the belts, the greatest the great. He's the great of the great. I mean, it's hard to put Cotto in there. Cotto's not the great of the great or has all the belts. It's not a
Could
big.
it be Cal Brook?
Could it be Canelo in Mexico?
No, because he says big fight. All the titles. I mean, I just don't get it.
Very quickly. Could it be Canelo in Mexico?
It would have to be for the belts, though. He says, let's play it again. I mean, let's play it again because it's in the beginning that he says all the titles are at stake.
So what's the plan now for the rest of this year?
Talking to Frank last week has been there's a couple of hands we can choose from. You know, there's one significant fight, a mega fight, going to be, well, it's on touching distance of being made, literally fingertips, which I know is serious, and it's a serious all-round fight. Money, serious opposition, serious titles at stake.
And when you say that, is that Triple G?
Well, you're going to have to wait and find out.
I mean, who else represents serious money, serious titles, serious opposition?
Now he could be pulling a Chris Eubank Sr. and saying like the IBO is a serious title. Just saying, like he could be saying that.
And you and MD really feel like trolling today. Listen, I'm going to do a quick favor to one of my Patreons. He's about to teach, and since we love teachers around here, Russell, go ahead and get your take on this. But
Billy Joe Saunders stays trolling, so I don't know. I'm just not trying to get trolled like either is Matt. So
I mean, that's your favorite friend. Listen, and he's not talking about the Japanese guy or Chinese guy that Matt likes because
Japanese.
No one's ever heard of Toyota Corolla, so there's no way that he could be in a super fight.
That's not true. That's not true. For all you know, he could be getting that Japanese money. You know what I mean? So you never know. They could be paying him large amounts of money to go travel east.
That Yakuza money, you know?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Let me get to Russell real quick, brothers. He's got to teach. Talk to me, Russell.
Yeah, so it sounds like Golovkin to me. I know that Tom Loeffler has talked about Golovkin fighting in June in Kazakhstan because there's a World Expo going on there sometime in the middle of June. So he's talked about Golovkin fighting in his own country and their national soccer stadium, which seats about 40,000 without putting chairs on the field. So, maybe I know that he's like Manny Pacquiao in his home country. He's got stamps with his pictures on it, and the military makes the GGG pictures, and so I think he's talking about that. But Billy Joe likes to talk a lot, so I guess we have to kind of wait and see what he says. But it sounds like that's what he's talking about.
Yeah,
now, I mean, let's assume that that's what he's talking about is true. Isn't this not like Loeffler and Golovkin to be doing business while still kind of in business?
Not Loeffler. Tom has always talked about looking for the step ahead for the next thing. And think about it, since Canelo's fighting Junior in May, if they could get Saunders and get that other belt in June, before the negotiations really start happening, then it gives them more juice on their side. So this is stuff that Tom's talked about promoting one fight ahead of where they're at. I don't think it has something to do with Gennady at all. He's up in Big Bear training right now. So,
well, I'm trying to email myself the quote from Abel Sanchez so I could read it. And Russ, man, thank you for calling in so I can read it on the show, MD, because the quote from Abel Sanchez states that exactly what Russell said, that, they've always wanted to do a homecoming fight for Gennady in Kazakhstan, and they've been planning for the Expo. So it's going to be a summer fight. So before I switch topics or give any more facts,
you want facts to the stadium real quick? Because we looked
I want to ask you, are you going to go to the stadium? This would be the first hometown fight. Would you travel?
I'm going to fly into Kazakhstan. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to meet my native country of Kazakhstan, or all my people. No, I know, I know I'm joking, but it is relevant somehow, because you have to somehow bring, if you're going to try to make Golovkin a larger star, you have to bring the Kazakh relevancy to the mainstream. And I think there has to be some type of playoff like Borat, not in a way like fuck Borat, or so long Borat, come of the real Kazakhstan star, because the only thing Americans know about Kazakhstan is Borat. You know what I mean? That really is the only thing. It's a former Soviet satellite country, so it's a difficult country to identify. But a world champion has an opportunity to fight in his hometown, and I think it's a Santa Arena, right, in Asanta, Kazakhstan. It holds 30,000, and it's a legitimate stadium, so it's not like it's I don't know. It kind of reminds me of when Sergio Martinez went home to fight, but again, that's in Spain, which is a little more of a accessible country, obviously, in Europe. So
it just goes to show how much the Vegas odds and the people that make the betting line know about this fight. When we did that show about Jacobs Golovkin opening up 8-1, I was shocked, and some were not, people like yourself, and those very same people like yourself are obviously, in the same car while negotiating a fight, while still having a fight. I'm a bit shocked. Golovkin doesn't strike me as that type of person. He's always spoke, about.
I respect everybody. I respect everybody, athletes. I respect everybody's sports,
So it's just strange that he would be counting his chickens before they hatch. But just for all my first-time listeners, all my casual fans, Boxing MD, the good doctor, was speaking about Billy Joe Saunders and his, I guess, hesitance to get in the ring with Gennady Golovkin.
Golovkin will destroy me and you on the same night. How about that?
That is the voice of Billy Joe Saunders screaming to Chris Eubank Jr. that Golovkin would destroy he and Eubank Jr. on the same night. I'll play it again just so you can hear it.
Golovkin will destroy me and you on the same night. How about that?
So, once I get that email, we'll open that one up, and I guess, there we go. Here we go. Matt, anything you want to pull from that article, actually? The Kazakhstanian one, because
very quickly, I think the one really big thing in that article is the fact that they actually address the idea that if Jacobs were to win, what's going to happen to this deal. And they said, most likely they announced that Saunders would fight the winner of the Golovkin fight. But Jacobs' conditions, money, venue, etc., have been agreed according to Saunders. So they're reporting that Saunders apparently has agreed to both Golovkin's terms and Jacobs' terms, if depending on who wins the fight. So if that's true, that would obviously be a thing that they can use to make this fight happen, or this contract happen, a lot easier, because everyone's in agreement. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing, but it's still shocking that Saunders is saying it's going to be announced next week. That's just like, whoa.
I mean,
even though I guess
I mean, he's not waiting around for Canelo's bitch ass to finally fight him. So
you know what? And I think you're right though. That might be the way to do it. Is
but very quickly,
stands, have them there, and it's like, yo, this guy is next. If you're watching this on YouTube, do us a favor, hit that thumbs up. It helps with the visibility of the show. If you're listening to this on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or whatever podcaster app you use to, catch your podcast, drop us a 5-star review. Definitely on iTunes. It really means a lot.
And it does, and all, we ask you guys just because so we could give back, right? So how the fuck can you say from an outside perspective, right? What Golovkin's doing this year before he fights Canelo? He beats Daniel Jacobs and Billy Joe Saunders, and Canelo he's ducking Canelo somehow, or he's he's the one not trying to make the fight. Like, he is the man in the division. Like, his career, like, you're fighting Chavez Jr.
And very, very quickly, sorry to interrupt you, MD, but Bruce texted me, and he made a very good point, and I want to address it really fast. The fact that Canelo is still the lineal champion at middleweight could be the quote-unquote serious title that Billy Joe is talking about.
But that's fucking archaic, terms.
That is a promotional tool that they would use.
I know, but it moved archaically because traditionally, I guess, fighters wouldn't drop belts and act like
you wouldn't
divas like that with the 154. When's the last time you figured out a 0.5 pound catch weight?
But would he call Canelo great? Come on.
Of course he would. He's beat Laura. If he beats Chavez, you can argue he's the best Mexican boxer right now. It's all selling point. You're thinking it like too literal, and it's a promotional tool. This is all promotion work.
I like
so think about that one.
I like.
Well, Canelo could also look past Chavez because he's another really easy opponent, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are hyped up for this fight, but I think if Canelo is like at least 80% of what even people who hate him think he is, right? Just 80% of what he is, he's going to be able to easily beat Chavez Jr. So you're right, that's an option too. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders is in a position of power because he has an important belt in a division where there are important fighters that fight around it. So as much as people want to hate on the middleweight division, that belt still is valuable.
So this is a quote from before the Jacobs and Golovkin fight was done, when they were negotiating with both. Abel Sanchez says that he doesn't know if that $3 million offer was actually extended to Saunders. And I quote, "I'm not in that department, but that's what I heard. And that's what was written," said Sanchez. But again, that's Billy Joe Saunders. Tyson Fury had a great career going and had a great big payday for his next fight, a rematch with Vladimir Klitschko on October 29th. And he gave it up to address his alcoholism, drug addiction, and depression. So I don't know if Billy Joe is going to do the same thing or he's just talking. So until they're serious and stop talking on Facebook and stop talking on Twitter and call Tom Lawfer, Golovkin's promoter, and just sign a contract, all this talking is doing nothing. But all this talking is doing is not doing anything but enraging us as fight fans. If negotiations for Golovkin Jacobs don't result in that fight being made, Saunders beats Akahov. Saunders should become a potential opponent for Golovkin's March 18th or summer date. Now, there's also something here.
Yo, Ness, is that you?
What?
Please tell me that's not you.
What?
Do you have a fire alarm beeping?
Oh, it is me. I
Jesus
can't find it. I changed the battery
Christ.
today. It is me. I changed the battery today in my office, so I gotta. Yo, listen. What do you want me to do? All right.
I mean, you want me to die on air with a migraine? All right, to continue. It's all right, man.
Well, yeah, man. So it's interesting that they've always kind of had this plan, I guess. Listen, let's open up these phone lines and get the world's, I guess, thoughts on this and see if we can't draw a conclusion. I mean, everyone's saying it has to be Golovkin, but I like Matt's thinking. You know, we seen Chris Eubank all of a sudden think that the IBO is just as good as the WBC. So, you know, it wouldn't strike me as odd if Billy Joe is saying that it's a serious fight because he's the lineal WBC champion. No, well, wait. Golovkin has that now, Matt. So
But he's not the lineal champion.
Oh, he doesn't have the ring title. You're talking about the Ring Magazine belt.
The guy that beat the guy. That's the whole idea.
Yeah, because that magazine publishes once a year. So I mean, who gives a fuck about that shit?
They're owned by Oscar. We know that. We're not arguing the merit of it. We're not arguing the merit of it. We're just arguing that it is there. It's a reality that we have to live with, and that could be used to promote that fight.
Well, I asked Golovkin myself. You can check the interview on our YouTube channel or theboxingvoice.com/videos. And he didn't care about that belt at all. No Ring Magazine for him. But we're going to open up these phone lines. You know the number 1-425-569-5241. International callers, add Nestor Gibbs on Skype.
These calls are brought to you by our sponsor, El Camino Electrical Services, who have over 15 years of commercial electrical experience, servicing the whole Silicon Valley and the entire San Francisco Peninsula. Visit us at our website, elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Angel, talk to me, brother. Where you calling in from? Angel on Skype.
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh, you're Argentina, right?
No, I'm calling from Singapore.
Singapore. Oh my God.
I just said that because MD said that Martinez fought in Spain, but no, he fought in Argentina versus Chavez. He's from Argentina, not Spain.
Isn't he born? Didn't he grow up? Wasn't he born in Spain or grew up in the Argent, like one or the other, right? I'm pretty sure he was born in Argentina. He was born in Argentina.
Well, I don't know, but he fought in Argentina.
No. Well, yeah, he's definitely Argentinian, but grew up or raised him. You know, he's lived.
He picked up the crop, picked up the sport in Spain.
No, but when he fought Chavez, they fought in Argentina.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I made that mistake. I apologize. But yeah, he did grow up in Spain. You know, my mistake.
What? They didn't fight in Argentina? What are you talking about? You talking about when he fought Murray? Maybe they fought in Argentina. When he fought Chavez, that was in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. When he fought in his home country, it was Argentina, not Spain. Either fight.
But Angel, talk to me, man.
Yeah,
do you think that Gennady Golovkin is that bold that he's counting his chickens before they hatch? He's already making negotiations for a hometown Kazakhstan fight with Billy Joe Saunders for all the marbles, all the belts, 4-title unification. You think this is true or this is all bullshit?
Yeah, I think Billy Joe Saunders is definitely talking about Golovkin, and he's looking past Jacobs because he knows Jacobs is not gonna be able to take it for 12 rounds. And but the thing is, we have to wait because Billy Joe Saunders likes to talk a lot, so we don't really know if it's true or not. But if it's true, he's definitely talking about Golovkin because, given all the things that he said, that is for all the belts, his home country, there is nobody else, right? He's definitely talking about Golovkin. So, yeah, that was... What?
No, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say something about one of your previous shows that you were talking about Gamboa. I know that's off topic, but, I couldn't call that day. I listened to all the shows, but I'm not able to call all the time. So just wanted, because Matt said that he would favor Salido against Gamboa. I was just laughing. Gamboa would beat everybody at 135 except Mikey Garcia, and he would beat everybody at 130 except Lomachenko. And right now, it's a coin toss between him and Davis. But Gamboa is
Davis a coin toss? Jesus, people love
But Robert Easter gets trashed by him. Come on, man. Come on, get out of here. Dennis Shafikov doesn't wreck him. Dennis Shafikov.
All right, Angel, listen.
Wait.
Wait. Come on, guys. I just let him get that, but let's not stay focused in that. Also, want to remind everyone this is a spontaneous show, so we're not giving the full round.
I'm defending Gamboa because Gamboa gave Terrence Crawford, who a lot of people think, and he's great, but a lot of people think he's the exactly. So you know what? Matt Hipster, Gamboa is good. So I don't know why you're hating on him.
No, he's good, but he's going to be 36 this year. Okay.
Something that you just found out a day ago.
You will lose to taller, bigger guys.
How old's Rigo?
Hold on. He's gonna get beat by taller, bigger guys that can hit harder at a higher weight division at 135. He is not a natural 135er.
Yeah, because Terrence Crawford represents that.
Let's stick to the topic. We want to ask our listeners and callers out there, if you don't get a chance to call in, drop definitely your comments below. Is Billy Joe Saunders talking about Gennady Golovkin? Is he going to announce a big fight in Golovkin's hometown of Kazakhstan in this expo in the summer? The way that it's always been rumored that he would have a hometown fight, or is Billy Joe using his name the way that Matt and some of our hardcore listeners in the chat feel? I don't know. We're going to go out to our alumni here. Aleem, talk to me. I said Aleem. You know why? Because I was talking to Manuel Aleem today. He's going to be coming to the TBV party, but I'll give you a definite confirmation on that within 24 hours, but that's the mistake. But talk to me, Aleem.
Yo, I definitely think Billy Joe's talking about Triple G, and I don't think it matters whether or not Triple G was talking about it. I just think that, you know, the promotional opportunity probably presented itself, and Billy Joe's running his mouth because he needs to take a fight, because what else is he going to do with that belt? You know what I'm saying? Just sitting on the fireplace collecting dust. He ain't even been fighting no bums. So, I mean, he's got to fight somebody, and if it's not Triple G, and, I mean, dare I say, you know, like they moved to, you know, strip him for not fighting, because I don't know who he would fight that would be considered anywhere on the championship level with a belt where it would make sense, where, you know, unless he's talking about moving up and fighting the catch weight with James DeGale. I'm just throwing that out there, just, you know, straight weirdo business. But I don't know, man. I think it's Triple G. That's my call.
All right. I mean, you know, the only problem with the DeGale thing is he's saying all the titles. So, like, you know, 160 and 168 titles don't represent all the titles. It needs to be in one division. But great call. Marcus, you're up.
Well, you know, previously last week, Tom Lawler says it's his job to look past. So I'm not surprised if K2 and Golovkin's team is setting up fights. Every fight that I can think of, I've seen something of the Expo symbolism on either his wear or part of the promotion. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that in Kazakhstan. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Billy Joe. But I don't think Golovkin was anywhere outside of Big Bear when people were talking about him. So, I mean, again, Tom Lawler said it's his job to look forward. He said all of us contingent on Golovkin winning, but that's what he does regardless of the situation. And if you think about it, the good fighters do this. The fighters who have that limbo stuff, their promoters barely talk about making a fight, more or less a fight after a fight. So I think it could be good money. And as far as Billy Joe using his name, use his name for whom? Who would he fight? He better get a fight for him, you know? Anybody else would have been stripped by now. And it seems like all the British fighters are doing that right now, like milking the success of being the champion, but nobody really looks at them like the champ just because you have the possession of the belt. You got to fight, man.
Cut it. Skirt. Marcus, 1 minute and we out. Spontaneous show. Plus, we might break some more news. There's just so much happening in boxing today. Jeez Louise. Let me get out to Chris from Inglewood. Always up to no good.
Inglewood, always up to no good. What's up, guys?
What's going on, brother? Do you believe the hype? Is Billy Joe Saunders selling us dreams? Are we, do we have it right? Did we figure out his little puzzle? Is it Golovkin?
Shit, it better be Golovkin. I think the last fight before he fought that bullshit fight. He said if he didn't fight Golovkin next, he'd be, I don't know what the word he said, but basically like a bitch or something. I'll be like some wanker if I don't fight Golovkin next. But I think it could be. I don't know. If it is, that's cool, man. What else? And you know what? I think it's like that first caller that said maybe Golovkin and his team are just trying to get Billy Joe Saunders before Canelo does. I think that would be a great idea. What do you guys think?
Well, that is definitely a chess move.
Billy Joe Saunders is still somewhat of a competitive fight against Canelo, right?
Forget about competitive. He's a commodity because of that belt. So the call.
Well, he could beat Canelo. He could possibly beat Canelo, right? Canelo's fighting Chavez Jr. and just beat Amir Khan. So, I mean, I don't really see him like, you know, there's leverages against him. I don't know, but I hear what you're saying.
All right. Let me keep it moving. Chris from Inglewood, thanks for calling in. We're going to Donald on the track.
Yes, I definitely think that it is got to be Gennady Golovkin. There's no way that it could be the pincha puto Canelo, cherry picking, only fighting people he know he could beat. You know, it's definitely him. And Gennady, I could see him trying to make this ahead of time because we all know Gennady's goal is to get all the middleweight belts. So I could see him saying, look, if they open to the negotiation to make it, not that he's looking over, you know, Jacobs, but if he has the option to negotiate that and have that made, considering that it does be Jacobs, I can see that's what it is. Because we know Gennady Golovkin, he wants all those belts, you know. But, I mean, it's not nobody else who has any belts. There's nobody who has a lot of belts in 154 or 168, so it's got to be Gennady. We all know that no other division has a title holder with all the belts.
All right, Donna. Well, thank you for calling in. Everybody's, I guess it was kind of easy to come to this conclusion. It would really bust all our bubbles if Matt ends up being right tomorrow or sometime down the line, and Billy Joe was just fucking being a media whore.
But very quickly, he didn't say all the belts. He said serious titles or serious belts, right? Those are his exact words. He did not say all.
No, you know what it is.
And he's also such a bullshitter that when he is actually being truthful, you don't fucking know.
Exactly. It's Billy Joe Saunders. Like, even though I respect the guy, I think he is either number 2 or number 3 in the division, depending on your opinion. It's hard to take what he says to the media seriously because he's sort of the boy that cries wolf, in a sense.
Well, you know, when in doubt, roll the tape.
So what's the plan now for the rest of this year?
Talking to Frank last week has been as a couple of hands we can choose from. You know, there's one significant fight, a mega fight, going to be, well, it's on touching distance of being made, literally fingertips, which I know is serious, and it's a serious all-round fight. Money, serious opposition, serious titles at stake.
And when you say that, is that Triple G?
Well, you're gonna have to wait and find out. You know what I mean? I don't want to put it out there yet, but he's got to come for a fight first. And you know, people's looking at it as if it's
oh no, he's scratching his head.
I fancy him to win it, but it's certainly not a walk in the park. So you've got to be careful of injuries, cuts, anything else.
Let's pause real quick.
No, there's just a small little thing we've got to overcome, which I should think should be done in the next couple of days.
Like the second he's saying it, like he's like scratching his head. Like, so I don't know, like there's a chance I just, you know, he just says it and then he's bullshitting. He like scratches his back of his head. Like, you know, I don't know if he's, you know, oh, like I'm fighting Golovkin or it's somebody else, but I don't know. Like, it just seems odd. It would be the first time, of course, that Golovkin has a big fight lined up after his biggest fight to date. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Now,
I would be surprised if he was lined up to fight Golovkin.
I know that you're going off the body language on this particular interview, but remember that this particular one is with Box Nation. As we continue to roll the tape, he'll be doing another interview with Coogan and then another interview. So we'll keep rolling. I went back again just so that people could see the, you know, body language that you spoke of.
Serious titles at stake.
And when you say that, is that Triple G?
Well, you're gonna have to wait and find out. You know what I mean? I don't want to put it out there yet, but he's got to come for a fight first. And you know, people's looking at it as if it's a walk in the park, where it's not. I fancy him to win it, but it's certainly not a walk in the park. So you've got to be careful of injuries, cuts, anything else. So, you know, there's just a small little thing we've got to overcome, which I should think should be done in the next couple of days.
Listen, you would genuinely know it is like, it's the best.
The best.
best of the best, maybe. I don't know. You should have heard it first time. Look, I can't say too much because everything's been done. Money, all the things that mess fights about has been done. So
I just want to say he's the best of the best, the best. Come on, man.
is now as a small thing, and I will have to travel, and make the best of it. This fight should get staged in America, but it won't. I've got to go to his home country, I think.
I'm baffled, absolutely baffled.
But I know you won't guess it because.
Hold on, pause it, Ness. Very, very fast.
Work on, I suppose. Well, I can assure you one thing. I've got plenty of income.
Think about this for a second. If Canelo beats Chavez, he is without a doubt the biggest thing in Mexico. He is trending all over the place. And imagine Canelo moving up. He's going to promote it that way. We know it's not, but he's moving up to middleweight, fighting the champion in Mexico City and selling out a 80,000 seat stadium, 100,000 seat stadium. I don't know, man. The more and more I'm hearing it, the more and more.
Why would he fight in Mexico City if he's fighting fucking Chavez and it's not even in Mexico?
Because off of the Chavez win, he can sell out anything in Mexico.
Why wouldn't he fight Chavez in Mexico? If he's going to fight in Mexico, why not fight
Because
Chavez?
he wants to make more. Because that's because the Chavez fight's a bigger pay-per-view fight. So therefore, you put it in the U.S. market to help for pay-per-view buys. Billy Joe Saunders doesn't move the needle in pay-per-view like Chavez does. So therefore, you do that as a homecoming bout, get that middleweight strap. And again, I think it's just a way to further promote and grow Canelo as a brand. And we've always heard that Canelo is going to move up and fight Billy Joe. Like that, we've all heard that rumor for a very long time. And we all kind of sort of suspected that if Canelo moves up to middleweight, he's not going to fight Triple G first. He's going to fight Billy Joe Saunders. And because they both have the WBO belts, Canelo's the mandatory right now because of the WBO belt. So to me, it's an easier fight to make.
But is Mexico East, though? He said East. He did say East.
True. But maybe, I don't know, maybe Billy Joe's not the most bright guy about where Mexico is. I don't know. But again, I do not think that it's going to be Triple G next.
But even
you don't fight a Triple G off of the Akavov fight.
But I don't know. But I don't think that Billy Joe Saunders has a career trajectory that you could make such a bold statement to say he doesn't fight him off the
No, like as a boxer, like he looks so bad in that fight.
I know.
You want to take an easier touch than a Triple G.
Right. I don't think so. But so I think he will fight. You know, I think he's looking for the money. If it's going to be
more money than Triple G easily.
You don't know.
What do you mean I don't know? Canelo's a bigger star. What the fuck? Come on.
What do you mean,
Canelo's a bigger star than Triple G.
But that doesn't mean that he's going to get But we've talked about this over and over again. Like, just because a guy's a bigger star doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make more money always. It doesn't always mean
guarantee he's going to make more money than a Triple G fight. But we can go. Let's go to the callers.
But let me finish what I'm saying. I'm saying is that even the I guess the not one of the brightest people, right? They know what the fuck is East, right? And that's Eastern European countries or that's Asian countries. So, you know, I think that's more likely a scenario than fighting in Mexico. Because like I said, even if Billy Joe Saunders is geographically challenged, he knows Mexico is by the United States. I'm pretty sure he knows that.
True, but that could just be a lie to throw people off to Triple G. But let's continue to the callers.
It's a small thing, and I will have to travel, and make the best of it. This fight should get staged in America, but it won't. I've got to go to his home country, I think.
I'm baffled, absolutely baffled.
But
he could be saying he's
already got work on, I suppose. Well, I can assure you one thing. Plenty of income pending. So next week it will happen.
Big fight.
Big fight. Big fight. Yeah.
Home or abroad?
Might have to travel. And not to America.
I feel kind of dumb though.
Not to America.
I feel kind of dumb analyzing a fucking clown's body language. He just what they consider taking a piss so often with the media. He just says shit. I don't know.
So you don't believe him? You don't believe him?
Nah. I definitely want the callers to I want to hear what the callers have to say on this one.
He doesn't believe him. Matt doesn't believe him either. Matt think he's talking about Canelo, so I don't know.
A bigger fight money wise.
I hear you.
Okay. No, La gente habla y dice que tengo miedo. Yo aquí estoy en este deporte. En este deporte no se juega. No está para tenerle miedo a nadie. Yo no le tengo miedo a nadie. Yo estoy para pelear con quien sea y el día que sea.
The question was, congratulations, first of all, for your victory, and you had some very strong comments after your fight with regards to fighting Golovkin. Why did you say that? Did you mean it, or what was it exactly that was going through your head? And Saul just answered, he said, look, yes, I'm not in this sport because I'm afraid. People talk, they say this, that, I'm afraid. I'm not afraid of anyone, okay? I'm willing to fight anytime.
No hay por qué temerle a un peleador como él.
Canelo, te voy a decir,
Canelo, te voy a decir textualmente lo que dijo Abel Sánchez después de que escuchó tus palabras. Dijo, Canelo no tiene las bolas para pelear contra Golovkin.
Que venga y las agarre para que vean.
Abel Sanchez said that Canelo doesn't have the balls to fight Golovkin, and Canelo just answered, he can come and touch him if he wants.
Se va a sorprender.
And he'll surprise himself.
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
Info Joe,
Yo.
you making holes in the wall over there?
Oh man, I was trying to cook, brother. Hey, if it is true, I want to say that it is really disrespectful, man. If it is true. Yo, MD, I know you're a doctor, man. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of this disease called crotosis?
I know Ness suffers from it. There's no like the cocktail still hasn't been updated yet for Ness. He's losing weight over there.
Hey, MD, that's the disease you're going to catch when Jacob upsets Triple G. Crotosis from eating all that crow.
I'll probably get a heart attack more of surprise, more or less.
Yo, MD, you know if you lose another pie bet to me, it's going to be like that old movie, The Birds. Crows all over your motherfucking house. It's going to be crotasterous.
We will see. We will see. Miracles do happen, right?
I'm not even a big Jacob fan, but I smell an upset, brother. I smell an upset. That's my call, man. Thank y'all for the show. Thumbs up, people.
Info Joe, man. Can't wait to see you. Info Joe, all the way from California. He's going to be making it out with our very own editor, all the way to the Boxing Voice Appreciation Night. If you haven't heard about it, Google search it, put it in the YouTube and check it out. The way that we party with the fighters, the way that the fighters treat our listeners like family. I already got confirmations. The young Tevin Farmer is going to confirm within 24 hours. Okay. We might get Jason Sosa and this trainer, right? We also already have Zachary Ochoa and Kelly Richardson, his trainer.
Yo, how many sparring partners do you have for Matt already?
You already know my man Quillen. Quillen already said yes this morning. I woke him up. I didn't know he was West. I didn't know he was over there. I mean,
Quillen's coming again?
You know Quillen's coming again.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Me and Quillen had a great time, man.
Would you spar with Quillen?
Oh hell no, man! That motherfucker's huge.
So listen, I'm giving you I'm dropping names like crazy. So I need to say now that you need to head on over to theboxingvoice.com/reunion. Get your tickets, RSVP now, because this is going to be massive. And there is a limit because the location does have a capacity. So, I do have to stop taking tickets at one point. But for my Patreon family, you already know where we're going to be partying at, and they seen the beautiful rooftop. So we know we're going to light one. Info Joe. So I just want to go ahead and thank everybody that's always listening. We're going to definitely hang out on Friday, March 3rd. So head on over to theboxingvoice.com/reunion so you can be part of the show. Let me head on over now to some international callers. I want to say that you're obviously a first-time caller on Skype. I don't know how long you've been listening, so that would be our first question to you. You on Skype.
How's it going?
How you doing, my friend? How long have you been listening to the Boxing Voice?
Sorry. A couple months now. This is Ted calling from Salt Lake City, Utah. I used to live in New York City.
Oh, perfect. So you're an American. Usually we get international callers on Skype. So, Ted, you obviously know our tradition around here. We're going to go ahead and give you that first-time caller intro because Hand Rap's already got his hand rap. I don't want him punching me in the face if I don't give someone their intro. So you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Cool, yeah. Thank you.
That was your
Boxing Voice.
Come on, Ted. Come on. That was your cue to jump in like, Ted, hailing from Salt Lake City, Utah. You know, I don't know, hailing 205 pounds solid. I don't know. Come on.
The altitude's high out there. He's out of breath, you know?
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Sorry, I've been waiting.
All right,
But,
all right. Talk to us
shout
then.
out to having me on the show. I love the show. I'm going to sign up to be a Patreon soon. Wish I could make the appreciation night. I should have made the Vegas one because that's so much closer to me. But I'll catch it at some point. I promise. But what I wanted to say was, I'm a huge Triple G fan. Nothing would make me happier if this rumor was true. I've been telling people I think he's going to do Danny Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders, and Canelo all in 1 year. I hope he's going to shut the haters up. All the people that I fight with online saying, who has he fought? This is his year. I want him to get Fighter of the Year. I think he's going to squash all three of them. I got to disagree with Info Joe. I don't think miracles are going to happen this time.
Well, Ted, that was a great call. I want to thank you, obviously, for calling in, man. Thank you for using the Skype, and can't wait to call. For you to call back. I, like you, hope this rumor is true too. I mean, that would be a nice lineup for both men. That would really build this September fight. Could you imagine if Canelo fought Chavez, which he's already, and that does well, and then here goes Golovkin, blows through Jacobs and unifies the division. I mean, a Canelo fight. At that point, Canelo would need to fight him because there's, other than his name, he doesn't bring anything to the table. His name in his pay-per-view sells. Oh yes, because after Chavez, it's rumored that Canelo's gonna fight Cotto again. So if the both of these guys did 2 pay-per-views like that, September's gonna look beautiful for this, for the two of them to unify belts with each other.
He still has Cotto and Pacquiao. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but those two guys are still boxing, and they still know that Canelo brings money. So I think they're willing to possibly make a fight, right?
But apparently less money than Triple G, because that's what you said earlier.
Well, that's different because who would be, those are big names together. They'd be huge fights. But Billy Joe Saunders with a flat rate. I mean, you always say that, but for example, Floyd Mayweather was the cash cow in boxing and didn't like to pay guys. So just because your name's bigger doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get
paid cash out money against Mayweather every time. His Showtime run, every one of those motherfuckers got paid. Robert Guerrero got paid.
That's actually factually incorrect. You're so wrong about that.
That they didn't get paid well?
1 second. In fact, Golovkin's paying, I guarantee you Golovkin's paying Daniel Jacobs more than Mayweather paid a lot of guys. That's a fact. Maidana the first time, but
Nestor paid he might be 4 or 5 million Nestor plus pay-per-view.
Maidana did get upside pay-per-view, I'm sure, but
I would bet you guys any amount of money that Daniel Jacobs is making more money for this fight than Marcus Maidana made in his first fight. That's a fact. Look it up.
It was rumored, I think, that he only made 1.5 in the first one. Listen, we got to get to these callers. 318. Talk to me. Where you calling in from?
Freeport, Louisiana.
What's your name? Freeport, Louisiana?
It's Inner Circle.
Inner Circle. Damn. First time. Oh, yo, that is amazing. We've been talking so much on Facebook and social media all together. Well, you definitely know the tradition around here, so I'm going to go ahead and play it.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
And at 6 foot, 212 pounds, up and coming prospect coming out of Freeport. Your boy Inner Circle. Let's do it.
Now that's how you introduce yourself. So tell me, do you believe these rumors / facts that are coming out of Billy Joe Saunders' mouth, or do we have it wrong? Is it not Golovkin who he's talking about?
Man, I don't believe nothing that come out of Billy Joe Saunders' mouth, man. Ever since he said that Golovkin will whoop his ass, bro, I ain't got nothing else to hear from him. You heard me? So, nah, I don't
but you didn't believe that though, at least.
What?
I thought he was the most. I thought it was the most honest line of a boxer's, career. The shit he was saying about Golovkin, right?
True. That's what I'm saying. So it automatically tells me that he ain't trying to mess with Golovkin if he don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no words for Billy Joe Saunders at all. But yeah, and as far as Triple G, I mean, I don't even want to talk about Triple G until he fight somebody that's willing to fight him, and that's Lara. Otherwise, I don't want to talk about Triple G.
But Lara had to go down to drink some Manischewitz, right? And fight a rabbi. What was that, man? What's up with Lara doing some that? Seriously, like he fought a dude who took a dive. I mean, come on.
He the only one. He the only one that's not beaten going into the ring with Triple G. Everybody else, man, they going up in there scared. So I want to see somebody that's willing to go in there and do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I don't want to see him fight.
I mean, how could you say that though? Because he had opportunities in the fight against Canelo to win on points, but he decided to kind of avoid the power because he felt that uppercut that split that eye open. I don't think Lara's as fearless as you guys think he is. He's a very good boxer, but like, let's not get it twisted.
If Brooke can touch Triple G up with his movement, Lara could too. Lara with the southpaw stance could crack Triple G.
You're serious?
I'm not saying he's going to win, but he's definitely going to do better than fucking Kell Brook.
I don't think. No, I don't.
And Willie Monroe Jr. He's definitely going to do better than those motherfuckers.
Oh yeah. Maybe Willie Monroe.
Fuck
Jr.
out of here! Come on, disrespect to Lara.
I mean, he fights rabbis. I don't know who else does.
And knocked him out clean, like in the first round.
That was not clean in the first round.
It's like the fourth. He doesn't fuck.
Yo, these two are like freaking husband and wife or arch nemesis. Like, what is up with you guys? Every call, you guys go back and forth. Inner Circle, man. Thanks for calling in, Matt, the producer.
But Matt speaks with MD's confidence, and he's always full of shit. Because I just fact checked the Marcus Maidana Floyd Mayweather thing, and you're so wrong. Marcus Maidana made 1.5 million versus Floyd.
Did he make pay-per-view upside?
No.
What? No, he had to make upside. Get out of here.
Oh, he had to make upside. Why would he?
Just look.
He's got to move on. We got to move on. Matt, the producer, save Inner Circle state and number. We need to know that. Jay Winner from the Winner Circle. What's going on, 646? Listen, 646, you better be coming to the TBV Appreciation Night March 3rd. I'm throwing metaphorical jabs at you right now. Hooks and everything, body shots, man. 646.
Hey man, I said hello?
Yeah.
You hear me?
I'm waiting for you to say,
yeah,
I'm waiting for you to say, hey man, don't worry, I already RSVP.
I haven't RSVP yet. We're still working on it. Like I said, it's my sister's birthday, so I'm trying to do something nice for her. Getting back on as I duck that comment and I get in the ring with Golovkin. I think both mindsets can be true at the same time. I think that it is a little bit of Gennady Clamp looking past my boy, the Miracle Man. And at the same time, it's Billy Joe talking his mouth because who else can he put himself aligned with that's going to give him this type of press? You could say Canelo, but I doubt that they would agree to that to run with it. So, but I think, in all honesty, this is how boxers lose when they're not supposed to, because no matter what anybody else says, man, he's a dangerous boxer. He's a dangerous fighter, and he has power. And if this guy is not thinking about Jacobs the entire time when he gets to that ring, this might not even come to fruition. So, I guess to answer the question, I think that both are true at the same time. I think that his team wants to look past it and continue to build him because he is a business. At the same time, Billy Joe needs him. Simple as that. He actually does need Triple G to keep himself relevant in the boxing eyes because people are looking at him like, yo, who are you? What have you done for me lately? So that's just my own opinion.
Well, Jay Winner, that's why you got a name like Winner, man, because that was a damn good call, you know? Made some good sense there. We're going to go to my boy, your boy, Alex Lemon. Damn, Alex, when you going to make it out here, man? You're going to have to lead a ball and chain and come out here at least one time. You're going to miss another TBV appreciation night? I'm sending you a virtual I'm sending you a virtual uppercut now. Damn it.
Hey, that shit looks awesome too, bro. Yeah, that shit's too far. Shit, I'd have to take the wife with me on that one. That's a game changer right there. New York, Brooklyn. Man, you guys are gonna have a blast. That shit looks like it's gonna be a great spot. Hey, I got a question, man. Am I the only one that's worried that this announcement is gonna threaten the Triple G versus Canelo matchup in September?
If you thought that matchup was happening in September, I'm sorry to inform you that you were in the minority.
That fight's not going to happen. Triple G versus Canelo in September.
Dude, I can almost guarantee you that Canelo fighting in September against, I don't know, maybe a Billy Joe Saunders or pretty much anyone else but Triple G is very likely. Maybe a Miguel Cotto too, a Manny Pacquiao fight. I could see all those as being likely because they are not in talks right now. Him and Triple G are not in talks right now. So I don't know.
That's crazy because I was okay with the Chavez fight. I'm backing it 100% because it's fun, it's exciting, but that's with the understanding that, hey, you're going to, you know what I'm saying, dare to be great. You're going to fight Triple G in September because you can't keep ducking the best if you want to be considered the best. And then I checked the calendar. If Billy Joe Saunders, if Silly Ho Saunders is going to fight, Triple G, I checked the calendar, man. The promotion, it just doesn't fit. There's no room for promotion in that. So I'm really worried about that. And hey, thanks for the content, man. Thanks for the work. You guys are putting in that work there, TBV. And that's all I got, man, besides this Saturday.
All right, Alex, thanks for calling in. We got a
Saturday, by the way. We have an excellent weekend in boxing, man.
Yes, we do. Very quickly, addressing MD's point about who made who against Mayweather. Robert Guerrero got paid $3 million. Marcos Maidana in the second fight,
which is probably less than what Danny Jacobs is getting paid for Golovkin.
Hold on, let me finish. Marcos Maidana in the second fight got $5 million, and Andre Berto got
in the first fight. You skipped the first fight, right?
Got $4 million. I said that you were right about the first fight. You did not hear me. You are right about the 1.5. But I cannot find that if he got any pay-per-view upside. I would assume so, honestly, though. I wouldn't, because that makes no sense. Because Floyd Mayweather pays people flat money unless you're Canelo or Manny Pacquiao. Okay.
That's a fact.
Okay.
You guys done? Done?
Yeah, we're done.
I just wish the very intelligent people of TBV, when we have producers and editors, I just want them to be factually correct.
And I just presented the numbers to you. Did I not just bring up facts?
Shots fired. Damn, man. He coming for your throat, B.
I presented more facts than he did. He presented one fact. I presented, what, 3 or 4?
I provided no.
Okay.
I presented a premise that was correct, and you choose to argue it.
281 seems to be a new caller. Let's ask him, guys. 281. You're live on the show. Who's this?
Yeah, I'm not. No, this is Daniel. I'm not a new caller. I'm just calling from a different number.
Who's this?
But Daniel Lopez.
Damien?
Huh?
Did you say
Daniel?
Oh, Daniel. Where you calling in from?
From Houston, Texas.
Daniel from Houston, Texas. Talk to us, Daniel. So do you believe this, or is Billy Joe Saunders lying to us?
No, I think he's lying to us. I think maybe the plan for Golovkin this year, if he beats Jacobs, you can't forget about Hassan Ndam. He's an interim champion, and he's still a good name and a former champion. So I think that fight might, because you know how it happens for Triple G. You think these big fights are going to happen for him, and then they just fall apart at the end. So I think in the summer, I think the deal might be that after Jacobs, he might actually fight Hassan N'Dam for the interim belt, just to get that out the way, I guess. That's what I'm thinking about Golovkin. And hey man, are y'all gonna report the Wilder news, or that's still that's between y'all?
Excuse me?
The Wilder news about his opponent.
Yeah, we want to come back for that one, man. So definitely subscribe to the channel, because you want to get that notification when we're talking about it. We're going to host Sway from the Lower Oregon.
Hold on. We got a ringer. Hand wraps is in the 970.
Uh-oh. Hand wraps himself is back. What's going on?
Hey, what's good, man? I'm just calling to make sure you sitting down on them punches, man.
Now, hey, you see, I'm giving everybody that first time caller intro, right?
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you, man. Hey,
Ness was actually even giddy the last one.
Yeah, because he got me on my toes. But that's why I said I wanted him to tell me, because I want to be better. So yeah, let me know. Now I'm on my toes. See, I'm letting everybody know, like, oh, man, I gotta do it.
Man, you got me feeling like shit, man. I went back, I listened to myself. I sound like an asshole, man. I'm sorry, but you went out and called me out like that, so I had to do it.
Hey, hand wraps, don't worry about it, brother. Nothing but respect.
Yo, it's okay. It's okay. I listen back to the show sometimes too, and I feel like I sound like an asshole. So.
You always sound like an asshole, MD. We can move on.
Oh my God, these guys go at it. These guys go at it every second.
That's kind of true, though, MD. That's kind of true, though. MD. You kind of do always sound like an asshole.
Yeah, man. I didn't deny it. I brought it up.
You be landing some good counters, though. Anyways, hey, yo, I'm calling about this Billy Joe Saunders Triple G shit. Hey, man, I really hope Triple G gets that fight before Canelo, so he can have all them belts when Canelo comes for the belts. He ain't got to go chasing around like Triple G did. My only thing to Triple G is I would say I hope he takes that $6 million like Chavez did. He's ready for the fight, man. Stop acting like a little bitch, like a little diva. He's trying to act like he's worth more than what he is, and in reality, if Chavez is willing to take that $6 million, Triple G should take the 10, right? Nah?
Or the 15.
Nobody's with me on this one?
I agree.
Not at this point. I mean, based off this rumor, Triple G's already in a pay-per-view with Jacobs that we're expecting to at least do better than 150,000. He's already has a hometown fight for another unification.
So,
why?
Hold on. So let's say Chavez and Canelo doesn't do $1 million, right? Right? Because that's the gauge, right? Let's say they don't do.
Nah, you're on. If someone's on drugs, if they think that shit's doing $1 million,
it could do $1 million.
Well, I don't think that the gauge. I don't think that the gauge is $1 million, but I do think that people have those aspirations. Like, obviously we've had a show and there were plenty of people that guesstimated that it would do about $1 million.
All right, so all right, before my time's up, at a 500,000 pay-per-view buy, which is what I say Canelo Triple G does, you think he's worth 15? You fucking crazy. That's my call.
All right, hand wraps, newly ringer. So guys, get off his back. Look, he told me, he gave me his peace of mind, his 2 cents, and I'm making sure that I do give that intro now, because it is part of the show, and we don't want to lose that. Man, everybody's sending me information on this Wilder thing. I hope that the fight is not off, bro, because I have planned.
There is plenty of time to get a replacement opponent.
Billy Joe Saunders.
But that's the problem.
Billy Joe Saunders. He had a free.
That's the big fight he's gonna announce next week.
His training camp's gonna involve buffet.
No, but
3
listen.
days, 3 times a week.
No,
The
but
buffet.
MD, you're wrong though, because you didn't see the video. No, he's actually thin. I mean, I guess you did see a few there.
He's not fighting He's not fighting Wilder, obviously.
No. I know. But you were like insinuating that he's still big because we have known him to get balloon up in weight. But he's looking good. You know that he's now with Adam Booth too. So he's getting sparring with fucking Andy Lee every day. He said that already. Like, yo, Andy Lee gets a shot at his title every day, but in sparring only. That's some mean shit to say, right? Let me get to some other callers here. We got another caller from the 256. Are you a first-time caller? Who's this? And where are you calling from?
I'm calling, man. I'm a first-time caller, yes.
All right. So how long have you been listening? We got a few questions for you. How long have you been listening?
I've actually been listening for about a week now.
Only a week? Oh my God. That's amazing though.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you at least have continued for this week. How'd you find us?
Well, I actually found you. I was looking for more boxing fans like myself because I don't live around a lot. And I came across your podcast and decided I had to stick around.
Amazing, brother. So obviously you've only been listening for a week. We have tradition around here, and shout out to Hand Raps because he's made me, he's instilled it in my brain that I must remember to give every first-time caller their introduction. So the way that it works is I'm going to play this first-time caller introduction, right? We're going to have, and then you're going to come in right behind that and introduce yourself, but with some enthusiasm, you know? You want to act like you're walking into the ring. Now, today's topic is obviously Gennady Golovkin and Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders, we played some video and audio of him suggesting or insinuating that he's going to get a big fight for all the titles, you know, versus the greatest, the best. So, you know, you go right into it after this intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
The super casual fan, Mr. Lorenzo, the only man that thinks that Andre Ward will lose his first fight in the sequel to Creed. I do believe that Billy Joe Saunders is full of shit when he's talking about he has a big fight coming up. I do believe he doesn't have any leverage at all in anything like this other than the belt that he carries. But there are no names that should go near him at this point, in my opinion, anyway. Especially Gennady Golovkin.
Lorenzo, right? With an A at the end.
The other day, yes.
I know you. We were talking on Twitter today. What's going on, my man?
Yes. I reached out to you earlier today. Yeah, I'm doing okay, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to see that you called in. Most people don't have the guts to call in that quick, man. I'm glad you built that way. You obviously don't believe Billy Joe. So if it's not Gennady Golovkin, who do you think he is talking about? And before you answer that, where did you say you were from?
Well, I'm from Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh, Alabama. I'm gonna be out there in a couple of days. Going to see Wilder.
Well, coming out, man. We're real proud of Deontay Wilder out here. You know, we don't have anything else besides football and Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I'm going to see him on Monday. I leave Monday to go see him. So hopefully this news that just broke a few minutes ago doesn't affect that fight for all of us.
This is true. Well, we'll get more into that later. But as far as Billy Joe Saunders and who he may be talking about, I really have no clue who he's talking about because, I mean, what are, like you speak about sexy fights a lot. Like, what are the names that are sexy besides Gennady Golovkin for Billy Joe Saunders?
Canelo Cotto. But they don't meet the criteria that he was stating on the video, which were big fights or greatest or titles. He used a lot of key words that don't match up with those other names.
Sorry, he can definitely argue that Canelo is the greatest because he's the lineal champion.
I love
he can argue that. I'm not saying I agree with it, but he can argue it.
I know you don't agree with it. I just love that you keep reminding us of it because I keep forgetting, but you're right.
Canelo does have a lot of leverage, and you're only as good as the leverage that you have. I mean, you know, he's sitting on something that a lot of people want. So, I mean, he does sort of make the calls at this point.
You're right about that. So what did you say your name was? The producer hasn't updated over here. What's going on?
No, I did it. I don't see it.
I don't see
it will be in there. I have it. Don't worry.
I don't see it right now. I can't even say goodbye.
Yeah, but it's Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, that's right. And I'm the one that remembered it was with a name.
From Huntsville, Alabama. I got it. I got it.
Lorenzo. So what I'm going to do now, Lorenzo, is I know that you got your own podcast and you talk other stuff. So go ahead and plug it, man. You're here. You might as well do that.
Oh, and that's what's up, man. Well, this is Lorenzo of Shot Talk Podcast. If you look it up, you can look it up on iTunes, iPadio, Stitcher Radio, etc., Google Play Music Store. But I usually talk about politics and anything else that comes up in a black-owned barbershop.
Well, there you go. Got some barbershop talk with Lorenzo. You call it Shop Talk. So I want to thank you, obviously, for calling in. And really, really glad to see you calling after just a week. You know, take some good cojones. Guess you got those like Canelo, right? I should have played my soundbite right there. I should have hit him with that. Nah, Lorenzo, your balls are really big because you did do it. A lot of people take years to call in. We're going to go to Jabron, my Patreon. What's going on?
Not much, man. I hope that it's true, but I'm trying to figure out how are they going to get these supposedly Triple G3 fights in this year? Because if he's fighting in March and they want to try to get Canelo and Triple G in September, how is that going to be possible?
Summer fight. They want to do a summer fight.
Wow.
You know, Triple G likes to stay active. He could do a summer fight. He could do June or you know, early July. Easy.
Yeah, and I was reading today, Abel Sanchez was saying that Chavez Jr. has a great chance of beating Canelo. Is he just throwing shade at Canelo, or you think that's what he really believes in? And if that does happen, do you think Triple G would take that fight in September?
Well, I think he's definitely throwing shade because Chavez is getting the fight that he wants. And if Chavez wins, he's always wanted that fight more than the Canelo fight because of what Chavez's name represents. I mean, you could check my interview with Tom Lothar and you'll hear him recite Abel Sanchez saying how the Gennady Golovkin fight and, you know, Chavez Jr. fight is a fight that he dreams of because he modeled Gennady Golovkin after Chavez Sr., yada, yada, yada. Damn, I forgot my other soundbite. Shit. See, I'm not fast enough. I need like 8 producers to have this show be A+. I was supposed to say all that under this track. Like, yeah, I want him to fight Chavez because I modeled Gennady behind Chavez Sr. Nah, I love you, Abel. He's probably coming to the party, too.
Well, keep up the good work. I'm liking the venue. I already RSVP'd, so I hope to see you guys there. And the people that's watching, hit those thumbs up. That's my call.
All right. Thank you, Jabron. You see that? He's on that Patreon. He already knows where he's going, and he already likes it. I'm going to see it one more time tomorrow. I got to go back one more time. I'm going to go back this time with Enrique. And we're going to make sure that we're 100% sure that this is going to be the spot. But I am almost, you know, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure, to be honest with you. But how is it? Contrary to popular belief, I'm a very nice guy. So I don't want to make the decision without Enrique. So I want to go back with him all the way to New York City, Brooklyn, Williamsburg to be exact, and do another walkthrough with Enrique. But for my Patreons, we'll do another video for you. This time, you'll get Enrique's reaction, right? And see how he feels about it. We're going to go to our former WBC champ, Joey from Indiana. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, Ness? Hey, Ness.
90 seconds.
What's going on? No, I'm just playing, man. Hey, real quick, man. I'm going to be real short, man. I don't know who Billy Joe Saunders is, man. I know I'm not that casual, but I mean,
Who the fuck is that guy?
Thank you, man. I never heard. I don't know if he's UK fighter.
He's really good, Joey. He's really good. Are you just like trolling right now, Joey? Are you trolling?
Seconds.
Yeah, I'm not trolling, man. I don't know who he is, man. I'm being straight, and I follow boxing faithfully, man. I just never heard. I mean, he's never fought in the States, apparently. I really don't know who the guy is, man.
He's beat Andy Lee and Chris Eubank Jr. For the record.
He did beat Andy Lee. Chris Eubank Jr., you know, it was like, whatever. I remember when he...
Come on, get out of here. That's a good win.
How is it a good win? And Eubank Jr. No, wait a minute, hipster. Wait a minute. What's his biggest win?
We've gone through this argument so many times, okay? It's all right. Not about just the resume. I know that's like your favorite category, Ness. Hold on. I know that's your favorite category.
Guy, then let's not
the eye test.
The bottom line is you don't have any facts.
Guys like Spence
facts
got that forever. Oh, look at the eye test. Look at the eye test. Spence is gonna be the greatest, and then he beat Algieri. And I know you don't think guys like Nick Blackwell are good, but he's a quality name in the UK. And I know you don't think Chris Eubank Jr. is all that great, but he is a talent. And people thought he was going to beat Billy Joe Saunders in that fight. I believe he was the favorite. Joey, you can get to your call, man. I'm sorry for calling jacking. I'm sorry.
I'll be real quick. I'll be 20 seconds. Hey, Ness, if that Wilder fight gets canceled, I'm going to see you in Cincinnati, right?
Man, I don't know. They just put on a good fight. You know what they announced? They announced the Lamont Peterson, David Avenetian on the Cincinnati card, right? Did they put that on Cincinnati?
Yeah, and then
and then they put oh my God, they put Jarrett Hurd, Tony Harrison on that Wilder card.
Awesome fight. Amazing fight.
You know, Joey, I'm gonna thank you obviously for calling in and being a listener. You know, I was gonna call you MD. I just dipped those two jabs you threw at me for calling you MD. Listen,
¿A quién le van? ¿A quién le van? Aquí está su gallo.
I'm right here. No, listen, what I wanted to say really is, I know this is going to come off the way that people view me. You know, it is what it is. You already view me as like the voice of PBC or PBC fucking Schmeat rider, whatever. But there's no way I'm not going to say it, especially not fucking right now. They not playing, all right? They matching these kids tough. Tony Harrison lost to Willie Nelson by knockout. You know what I'm saying? He's getting no opportunities here to rebuild. It's straight in there with a top prospect. Now, you know, Hurd didn't really show us any super duper power versus Jojo Dan, which was a welterweight moving up. So this is going to be interesting because Harrison does have power, but after watching him get knocked out by Nelson, it's like, yo, does he have a chin? You know, yo, it's just, that's a nice ass fight, man. I like that fight. What about you, man?
I think it's a great fight. And has Tony Harrison had any fights since that Willie Nelson knockout?
Yes. I think he has gotten two. Check him out.
I'll check him out. But I think that obviously because he's had two fights, his bounce back fights, I don't think fighting Jarrett Hurd is a out of the question sort of fight. I don't think it's ridiculous. I don't think it's pushing him too hard. I think Tony Harrison, similar to Willie Nelson, is one of those guys that is just sort of that borderline top 15, top 10 sort of guy that is the gatekeeper to the stars. And that's not to discredit them. I think there's a legacy for those guys. Arturo Gatti, for example. But I do think that Hurd will win.
Harrison a gatekeeper?
And I don't think that's a disrespectful thing to say.
Wow. So I need your definition of a gatekeeper, man. This kid's got one loss.
I think that his loss shows that
I need your definition of a gatekeeper. So I
think there's levels to gatekeeper. So like you can be a top 60 guy and be a gatekeeper to the next row of guys. You can be a rank 15 or rank 10 guy and be a gatekeeper. Chris Algieri, for example, is a gatekeeper, but that isn't. I don't think Chris Algieri is a bad fighter. Right,
man. I don't know. I think maybe you need to hit that Google search term.
I'm talking about my personal opinion. This is my.
I hear you, but I'm just saying. I think that might be like offensive.
I know it is offensive to some people. That's why I'm clarifying. Like Arturo Gatti has one of the best legacies in boxing, and he was a gatekeeper his whole career.
Yeah, but no. See, the traditional gatekeeper is. And no disrespect, I know Chop Chop follows me on IG. We talk a lot, but like at this point, Chop Chop Corley is a gatekeeper. You can't call a dude with one loss, a young kid, that still has talent. He was outboxing the shit out of Willie Nelson.
He was winning.
He got caught. So this kid's got talent and power, and you calling him again. I think it's just poor choice of words. We don't need to go back and forth. I think it's poor choice of words. I think we need to just find maybe a different name for that. A kid with one loss cannot be a gatekeeper. I mean,
I'll put it this way: if he loses Jarrett Hurd, then he's a gatekeeper.
Dude, he's a prospect. He lost once. We got prospects right now like Tevin Farmer with 4 losses who are considered the best in their division. You crazy, man. That's the problem. And this coming from a dude with a fucking Twitter handle by the name of Mixed Martial Arts or Mixed Combat Media, something like that. You're supposed to be more forgiving. In MMA, them fuckers got like 30 losses apiece, and you guys still love him. And now you're going to come tell me that a kid with 1 fucking loss is a gatekeeper. Jeez Louise. It is tough being a boxer these days. I'm telling you. They do not love you.
Hold on, very quickly. I stated, I before to rephrase myself, if he loses to Jarrett Hurd, I think that's proof that he is a gatekeeper. And again, I do not mean that as any disrespect, because I think there is a legacy for those guys. It's not like it's a bad thing. Some guys, not all guys can be the greatest.
Yo, press one. PBV is gonna do a quick survey after Ali from Dago. I'm gonna do what we don't never do. Okay, I'm coming all the way back, and I'm gonna go back down the line. We're gonna do a quick survey. 2 questions are gonna be asked. We want your definition of a gatekeeper. Keep it quick, or you're getting to cut it. And we want to know: is it disrespectful to call a kid with 1 loss a gatekeeper? But Ali from Dago, we first want your thoughts on, obviously, the video and audio that we played of Billy Joe Saunders talking about Gennady Golovkin, which is what we're assuming, a hometown fight in Kazakhstan. He's saying big fight, great fight, titles, all this mumbo jumbo. Do you believe it, or is it just that mumbo jumbo?
I believe it's mumbo jumbo, but I do think it's possible. But me personally, I think it's mumbo jumbo. I just think he's trying to get attention. But besides all that, I mainly called in because I just got word Deontay Wilder's opponent failed the test, and they're looking for a new opponent. They're looking for a new opponent right now.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it won't be Huey Fury because he'd rather take the fight with Joseph Parker.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I wanted to say, man, because that shit tripped me out that another guy failed the test trying to fight Wilder. So
that's why Wilder's got to stay.
Who his opponent will be.
That's why. All right, Ali, thank you for calling in. That's why Wilder's got to stay on that WBC, because everybody's got to come then join that VADA train and get popped for being dirty.
Hey, Ness, how do I make apologies for MMA fighters? That's what Cut West said. I didn't hear what you said about MMA.
You made apologies. I'm saying that MMA fans and people don't have a problem with their MMA fighters having 30 fucking losses. But here you you calling a prospect with 1 loss.
Again, you think it's a negative thing for me to call him that. I just think there's a limit to his ceiling, and that fight showed me that limit. And I think the Jarrett Hurd fight will further prove that there's a ceiling to Tony Harrison. And again, that does not mean anything disrespect. And like MMA, yeah, guys have losses. And so what? I don't think a loss defines a person's career.
Yeah, do you call them gatekeepers in MMA after 1 loss?
Depends on how the loss looked and who the loss was to. Yeah. Was Willie Nelson a top 5 guy? Was Willie Nelson the best at 154? No, he's not. He's not even top 5.
What?
Willie Nelson's not top 5. Come on.
But he ain't bad, man. He's good.
I'm not saying he's bad. You keep thinking that you have to be top 5 to be good. No. But if you're top 5, you're great. You're great.
You're making it seem like if you're not top 5, you're a gatekeeper, and that's crazy.
I didn't say that. I think Tony Harrison's good. I think he's a really good boxer, but I don't think he's gonna be a champion.
Damn, Willie Nelson, I don't even see him here. And you know why? Because BoxRec deals with fucking points, man, and this kid never could get a fight. Man, I remember when he beat Tony Harrison. Look, he's number 21 on BoxRec. You know they go by points, though. I remember when he beat Tony Harrison, I said bro, are you going to sign with Heyman now? He's like, nah, I'm a free agent. I'm with Cameron Duncan. I could get fights both places. He didn't get shit. I remember he thought he was going to get a Golovkin fight. He didn't get that. Sad, man, sad. And you know what? Believe it or not, he may be still signed to Lou DiBella, but the fact that he's with Cameron Duncan, I don't understand these people. I mean, how do you do business by alienating an entire entity? I mean, it's ridiculous. I can't do that. You see that guy he called in? I know he has a show. Fucking plug your show. You got a show. Plug your show. Fucking show some love, man. Damn, people just got that stick in their butt. That is the problem. But listen, man, this has been your show. We gave you this little rumor / Billy Joe Saunders facts. His words, not ours. Future, present, past. It doesn't matter when you're watching this. You can hit that thumbs up button because the more engagement, the more visibility means the more first-time callers. You know, the more first-time callers, the more regular callers, the more alumni. You know how it goes. It's a cycle. Get on it. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. And you can find my co-host and co-producer at
Mixed Combat News on Twitter, and my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radio, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Patreon, YouTube, etc. Enjoy.
Yeah, where he doesn't call fighters gatekeepers.
What?
I
Yeah,
bet,
dude.
I
What do
bet
you
you
mean?
I bet you when I go, because I'm signed up to his Patreon, so I bet you when I go listen to that little Tito Ortiz one that he just did, it's gonna be like, oh, he was such a great fighter and he's gonna be missed. He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer. He
we
had
gotta
his pro debut. Hold on, Ness. Hold on. He had his pro debut in the UFC.
We're definitely not talking MMA over here. Oh no, you did. Oh no.
Don't be salty, Ness. Don't be salty.
No way.
Y'all getting it next, boy.
Anyway,
Wing
guys, I
Kong.
want to thank everybody for calling in and being part of the show. If you see and enjoy the fun that we have around here, don't miss it. Head on over to ThaBoxingVoice.com/reunion and be part of it. Hit that play button. Check out how we get down, and it's only going to be bigger. This is my hometown, okay? The tri-state area belongs to me, okay? That only means that this event will be a blast. Monster Piece is going to be in the building. Can't forget that. And we're going to be giving away some awards. I do have another confirmation. I'm going to just say it. I'm going to just say it. If he flakes out, he flakes out. But we had a great talk. I don't think so. One of our colleagues and one of your guys' favorite YouTubers will be in the building as well. Ellie Setback will be there. I'm even talking to Robert Garcia. He doesn't have any fights here on the East Coast. So we're going to see, are they going to just make the trip, to come through for the TBV party? But that's a little tough. But like I said, Quillen's already confirmed. I woke the guy up this morning. I forgot he was on the West Coast, even though I should know, But yeah, man, we got totally Zachary Ochoa, young up-and-coming prospect with Golden Boy Promotions. But I'm working on so many things, man. I'm talking to so many people. Like I said, Tevin Farmer, give me like 24 hours, 48 hours. That might be confirmed. We've been talking. Even Dominic Brazil and I just before this show, he might make the trip. It all depends on who's coming to the Big Apple. But believe me, TBV is putting it together for you. It's going to be better than ever. Better than ever. Believe that. Listen, this has been another episode. We got to go. I'm rambling at this point, and I'm starving. Matt, have a good night.
Peace.